The penalty box timer is actually only timing the blockers whenever they sit for their penalties, but they are going to record on their paperwork everyone's time in penalty. So on here, you'll have your roster. Off to the side, you'll have every number. They'll be in the dark section. And then the light section will just be like your tallies for how many that player has done. So first section will be your period. So pretty much all these are going to be ones. And then in period 2, you'll have all twos. Some will switch paperwork and you'll get like a fresh sheet for the second half. So you'll write down what jam they sat for. So if they sat in jam 1, 4, 7, you'll write down between jams. And if you write down between jams, you write down the next jam. So if they sat between jam 1 and 2, they're sitting in jam 2. And then you'll mark between jams. If you're doing a team, you don't really need to unless you're doing 2 teams. You always write down your skater's number and what position. So if they do a blocker, it's a B, a jammer, a J, a pivot, a P. Pretty much everyone will sit on a 0 if you have 2 timers. I always do 2 timers and I make them different colors. So one chair will be one color and the other chair is going to be the other color. If you are running off of 1 timer, that's whenever this won't be just a 0. So if you're running off of 1 timer and you have 2 people sit, if the second person sits at 17 seconds, you'll write down 17 here. And then they would go until 37 and then leave at 47. But if you're running off of 2 timers, it should pretty much always be 0, 20, leave at 30. So whenever they come in with 1 timer, it's going to be a 0. At 20 seconds, you will ask them to stand. And you will go black 100, please stand. You'll put your hand beside them and lift it. And then at 30 seconds, it will be black 100, done. And then you'll direct them back to the track. If they don't finish it all in one jam, right here it has time at end of jam, you'll put down how much time is left. So this person only sat for 17 seconds at the end of the jam. If they sit for 2, they would... There we go. That's a better 5. So if they sit for 2 penalties, they'll sit at 0, or they'll start at 0, stand at 50, and be done at 60. And then you'll do the same thing if they're in between, they carry over into a new jam, you'll record what time they have left. If you do a jammer swap, so that means your jammer sits and then the other jammer comes in for a penalty, so you're swapping jammers. You record what time they left. So this jammer only sat for 14 seconds, and then the other jammer came in and sat, so they got released at 14 seconds. So that means the other jammer is only sitting for 14 seconds as well. So you'll record their time that way. And then over here to the side, you put the tally under their number for how many they are. And you can hold up your fingers to let the center know how many penalties they have. Usually they want to know at 5. They'll hold up a 5, or they'll put it on like their stomach or chest to kind of be a little more discreet. So they'll hold 5. And then for 6, they'll hold 1. And 7, they hold 2. And if yours matches, you echo that back. So with your timer, as soon as they sit and their butt is in the seat, you start. As soon as the jam ends, stop it. As soon as the jam starts, continue. Then once they are all the way up to 20 seconds, you'll go black 100 stand. And then they can stand, go anywhere in the box as long as they're still in. Black 00, done.